Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the applications of dimensions. The first application is that the conversion of numerical value in one system of units to the other system, right? So for that, let's take an example. Suppose you have a scale. It is 30 centimeter in length in centimeter unit, but in case of inches, it is 12 inches, right? So the scale is same, the length is same. So that means the value of 30 centimeter here is equal to 12 inches. So you can say that numerical value in one system multiplied by unit of one system is equal to numerical value in other system into unit in other system. So this is the concept which is used here to find this method, right? And we know that we can write the dimensions using unit. So your dimensions will be written in terms of m, l and t. So we can write here that m1, l1, m1 to the power a, l1 to the power b and lt1 to the power c, right, is equal to n2, m2 to the power a, l2 to the power b and t2 to the power c. Why? Because the dimensions in both the units will be same. Suppose we are checking this 30 centimeters. So here this is centimeter. So its dimension will be L, and here also it is inches. This is in length. So this means this will also have a dimension of length. So whatever physical quantity we are using on both the sides, the dimensions will be same irrespective of the selection of the system of unit, right? So we can write it like this. We have to find the numerical value in the other system. So I can keep this numerical value on the right side, and on left side I can write m1 and in the denominator I can write this. So therefore n2 can be written as n1 m1 upon m2 to the power a, l1 upon l2 to the power b, t1 upon t2 to the power c, right? Let's take an example to understand this application. Convert 1 joule into ergs, right? So what steps will we follow? I'll write those steps in detail. Step 1 will be write dimensions of the given physical quantity. So if we write the dimension, joule is the unit of energy. So energy is, all energies have same units. So you can write unit dimension of energy using any formula for energy. So suppose I am writing this. So this will be m. Gravitational acceleration will also have dimension of acceleration. So this is Lt minus 2 and h is L, right? So this gives me m L2 t minus 2. So from here we know we have to compare with m to the power a, L to the power b and t to the power c. Therefore a is equal to 1, L to the power b, here L to the power 2. So b is equal to 2 over here, and t to the power c is t to the power minus 2. That means c is equal to minus 2 over here, right? Now the next step, very important step. In this step, we will draw a table where we will divide it into two parts. So this is the known system of units where the numerical value is known, and this is the part of the table where we will write that system of unit in which numerical value is to be calculated, right? So for known, we know that this is joule. So this is the SI system. We can write the unit for mass is mass, length and time. So for this system, the known one is SI and erg one is CGS system. So mass in SI system is given in kg. So its fundamental unit is kg. Length, the fundamental unit of length in SI system is 1 meter and time is 1 second. The fundamental units are written in this table for both the systems. So here in this case, the mass in CGS system is, fundamental mass is 1 gram. Here this is 1 centimeter length. Time is 1 second, right? And we know this equation. Let's mark this as equation 1. Put the table values and these table values are actually this M1, L1, T1, this is M2, L2 and T2. So put the table values in equation 1 and this one I'll mark as 2 and this one table values are here. So put the table values in equation 1 and equation 2 values in 1. What will we get? N2 is equal to. Now one more thing I forgot to mention here. N2, that means numerical value in the known system is N1. So this is 1 joule. Numerical value and the unknown system, we don't know this value. So this is to be calculated. Right? So this is numerical value. So N2, N1 we know, this is 1. M1 is 1 kg. M2 is 1 gram. To the power A is how much? 1. L1 is 1 meter. L2 is 1 centimeter. B is 2. Similarly, time is T1 is 1 second. T2 is 1 second. Power is minus 2. Right? Now, we know that numerical value will have no unit with it. So, we are calculating only N2. Right? So, for N2, we need to cancel out all the units on the right side. Only the numerical value must be there. So, for that, there is no hard and fast rule. The trick is you have to convert the numerator or denominator unit in such a way that these units cancel out, right? So, if I write 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram, 1 meter as 100 centimeter and second is same, so it will directly be cancelled. So, I can replace these values here now. This will be 1000 gram upon 1 gram to the power 1. This will be 100 centimeter upon 1 centimeter to the power 2. this will be 1 second upon 1 second to the power minus 2. Let's check. This gram will be cancelled, this centimeter will be cancelled, and second will be cancelled. What will we get? This will be 1000 into 100 into 100. This is to the power 2. So this will be again 100, right? Into. So this is 1 to the power minus 2. 1 to the power minus 2 will be 1 upon 1 to the power 2. That will be 1 only, right? So right? So this will be 10 to the power 7. So that means in new system, it is 10 to the power 7 numerical value, and ergs is the unit. So we can say that 1 joule, that means numerical value in one system into unit of one system, is equal to numerical value in the other system into numerical value in into unit of other system. So this gives me the numerical value in the new system. This is how we write the final answer. So this way we can calculate any question. I'll take one more question for your practice. Find the value of 60 joule per minute. 60 joule per minute on a system that has on a system that has 100 gram, 100 centimeter, and 1 minute as the base units. Base units means again fundamental units, right? So now if we look at this value joule per minute, joule is SI system and minute is not a specific system. So we can't give this system of unit a particular name. But if we convert this system into joule per second, we will be in a position to give this system a name, which is the SI system of units. So the first trick in this question is that convert this unit into such a system which can be given a particular name, right? So that we are able to write M1, L1 and T1 for the known system. So we know that this is the numerical value given in the first system, that is 60 joule per minute. So this can be written 60 joule upon 60 seconds. So this gives me 1 joule per second. Now this is the SI system, and joule per second means energy upon time, and energy upon time is what? This is power, right? So this is work done per unit time, that means it's given, this is what actually, that means this is your SI unit, joule per second. So this is the first known system, so you can say that N1 is actually 1 joule per second. So whatever value we will put in our table for the known system, that value will be 1, not 60, right? Now we have to find the dimensions. Which quantity is this? We have understood that this is power, right? So power can be written this energy upon time. So energy is M L2 T minus 2 upon time. So this gives me M L2 T minus 3. So this gives me A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2 and C is equal to minus 3. Why? Because we have compared it. m to the power a, l to the power b, t to the power c. Right? So we have got this. Now what will be the next step? Next step is to write the table. So how to write the table? I told you that for the table we write here known. Known means the system in which the numerical value is known, and then unknown system. So here the numerical value is how much? This is given 1. This value we have to find out, right? Now known system, we have just calculated that this was SI system. So we will write M1 as 1 kg, L1 as 1 meter, and T1 as 1 second, right? Similarly, we can write M2 is equal to 1 gram. We don't know which system is this, but they are saying that it has base units 100 gram, right? L2 is 100 centimeter. Base unit they have given now, so we don't need to give it any name. They have already given that these are the fundamental units in that second system. So T2 is how much? 1 minute, right? Now what will be the next step? We have to put the values in this equation, but before that we need to convert these values in such a form so that we are in a position to cancel the units, right? So for this we can write 1000 gram, this we can write 100 centimeter. Now second is comfortable with us, but if we write this as 60 seconds, that would be easier for us, right? So the trick is, it is not necessary that you convert the units on the one side only. You could have converted this also, but that would be like slightly long procedure. The method is correct, right? So this way also you can do, because you need to cancel the units only. That's the only purpose. So N2 is, N1 is how much? I am putting the values, put table values and ABC values in equation 1. So this is M1 upon M2 to the power A, that is 1, L1 upon L2 to the power 2, and T1, that is 1 second, and T2, that is 60 seconds to the power minus 3, right? So not difficult. And 2 is, we can cancel this, and this. So what will we get? We will get 10 multiplied by 1 into 1 square. This is 1 upon 60 to the power minus 3. So this makes it 60 to the power 3, right? So this gives me 10 into 60 into 60 into 60, right? And this gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 to the power 4, and 6 is 36, 6 is 216. So 216 into 10 to the power 4, this is the final answer for this question. So what will we write? The last line will be 60 joule per minute is equal to 216 into 10 to the power 4 new units. This is the final answer. So I think you are in a position to solve more questions like this. So that's all for now. Have a nice day.